Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? The NFL is steamrolling toward veteran free agency, and I think one of the players that they absolutely have to pursue, if not put maybe at the very top of their wish list, is a guy who is individually responsible for one of the worst moments in Saints history.
Cousins throws, pass is caught for the win. Kyle Rudolph and the Vikings are moving on.
That, of course, is how the New Orleans Saints 2019 season came to an end. At home in the wild card round, when many of us thought this was going to be the Saints with their redemption year, after the Nolan no call, back at home in the playoffs, and Kirk Cousins threw that pass to Kyle Rudolph, where he very obviously pushed off on P.J. Williams, but hauled in the touchdown. They did not review it. In the lone year that P.I. was reviewable, you had another questionable call in the Superdome, and of course, they did not review it, and the Vikings won that football game that day, and the Saints went packing. But it was Kyle Rudolph who pulled in that touchdown that day. And Kyle Rudolph spent this past season in New York with the Giants after beginning his season very successfully with the Minnesota Vikings. And after one season in New York, the Giants have parted ways with Kyle Rudolph. They released him unconditionally earlier on Wednesday. Kyle Rudolph took to social media and posted, Giants fans, thanks for taking me and my family in this past year. Certainly not the year any of us expected, but a year we will never forget. We're appreciative of the Mara and Tish families for giving us the opportunity to be a Giant. Went on to thank his teammates and everyone in the building and all that good stuff. But Kyle Rudolph, a former Notre Dame tight end who was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings and had a very productive start to his career in Minnesota, a two-time Pro Bowler in 2012 and 2017. Rudolph texted Adam Schefter on Wednesday and said he is not retiring, has no plans to retire, but has been released. Cap-saving move there by the Giants in a season where it was his least productive since his rookie year. Rudolph's rookie year was the only less productive than this, where he had just 26 catches for 257 yards in his lone season in New York. If you go back to the rookie season back in 2011, Rudolph started 8 games, had 26 catches for 249. So basically statistics that mirror his rookie year. The Saints need to pursue Kyle Rudolph. I'm going to say that flatly. The Saints need to pursue Kyle Rudolph for a lot of reasons. I'll start with the negatives to get this out of the way. All right. Kyle Rudolph agreed to a 2-year deal worth $12 million last offseason. After he agreed to the deal, it was discovered he needed foot surgery on an injury that limited him the previous year. So after having somewhat of an Iron Man streak from 2015 through 2019, where he never missed a game, you've now seen back-to-back seasons where he just hasn't been as productive. He missed 4 games in 2020 and did play in all 16 this past year, but started just 13 of the games and wasn't very productive. And if you look at his statistics, starting with 2018, each year of the last 4, Kyle Rudolph's production has tapered. He went from 64 catches to 39 catches to 28 to 26. I mean, it is very apparent that you have seen a dramatic reduction in production from Kyle Rudolph here since the 2018 season. 18, 19, 20, 21. Each of the last 4 years, you've seen decreased productivity. And then there's the injury issue as well that could certainly be a concern. But here's the flip side of it where I'm going to say I would like this move. You wouldn't be asking Kyle Rudolph to come in and be an all-pro. You would ask Kyle Rudolph to come in and basically be what Benjamin Watson was in that 2019 season or the 2018 season when they lost it in the NFC Championship game in the Nola no-call. A guy who could put up 30 to 40 catches, 400 yards of offense, be a complementary piece to Adam Troutman as you go kind of hand in hand. If you remember in 2018, it was Benjamin Watson with his second stint in New Orleans, and they also had Josh Hill, who was sort of that inline blocker who could also catch passes. Dan Arnold was on that team as well, but you really had that tandem. And I think this could be that possibility, a very affordable possibility to bring in a veteran player that you're not asking to be Jimmy Graham in 2011. You're not asking him to be an all-pro that's going to have a 1,000-yard season. You just need him to be a good veteran pass-catching option who's reliable in this offense and that maybe can help groom a young player. For a guy that's been in the league since 2011, you're looking at now Adam Troutman, who the Saints have invested a third-round pick in, and really they anticipated that he was going to take that step up after they let Jared Cook walk, and it just didn't happen last year. Troutman was just flatly one of the bigger disappointments last year. He didn't take the leap many of us thought he would, yours truly included. I see tons of merit to bringing in a veteran player who's been a Pro Bowl tight end, who's been a very productive player during his NFL career, who's played in big games, who's helped win playoff games in his career, bringing him in to help be a productive part of this offense, a little bit of a security blanket for your quarterback, and to help groom the young tight end as well. I don't know if that's going to interest Kyle Rudolph, but I do believe the market for Kyle Rudolph is going to be soft. It's going to be a light market because let's just talk about it. He's a 32-year-old tight end who had a foot injury, whose production has decreased each of the last 4 years, who spent just one season, one unproductive season in New York, and now is cut free again. Like, he's near the end of his career. So I don't know that there's a great opportunity waiting for Kyle Rudolph. But the Saints need help at that position, but they also don't need someone to come in and be a difference maker at that position. They just need help. And this is a guy that if you can squeeze a little bit more juice out of the orange, then you can get a productive player for a year or two like the Saints did with the second go-round with Benjamin Watson. This is exactly how I would view this move if they were able to pull it off. And listen, Rudolph signed a 2-year, $12 million deal a season ago with New York, so $6 million per. You would think after an unproductive season, his value, market value, would be decreased even further. So would he sign a 2-year deal at maybe $10 million total or $8 million, something along those lines? You could at least go make that ask. I just don't know that there's going to be many better affordable options for New Orleans in veteran free agency at the tight end spot, especially when you consider what they did a year ago when they were looking. I mean, they landed on Nick Vannett. When you talk about Nick Vannett and Kyle Rudolph, you're talking about players that are light years apart in their career productivity. Kyle Rudolph has been a Pro Bowl tight end in the past. He's been a very good receiving option. His best season was in 2016, where he had 83 receptions for 840 yards and 7 touchdowns. That wasn't even one of his Pro Bowl seasons. His 2 Pro Bowl years were 2012, his second year in the league, and 2017, where he had 57 receptions for 532 yards and 8 touchdowns. So he's been even more productive than in some of the years where he went to the Pro Bowl. I don't need that. I don't need that Kyle Rudolph. I just need a guy that can go get me 30 catches. A little bit better than he was last year, where he had 26 catches for 257. give me in that 35 to 40 catch range, around 350 to 400 yards. That's all you really need to supplement that position. I think it makes you better. Good locker room guy, good veteran leader. I think that this is one where the Saints should absolutely kick the tires. And when you look at the best Saints teams in the history of the franchise, if it's 2009, they've always had good tight ends. 2009, of course, had Jeremy Shockey. 2011 had Jimmy Graham at an all-pro level. I mentioned the 2018 team that went to the NFC Championship game and was the number 1 seed. They had the aforementioned tandem with Benjamin Watson and with Josh Hill. I think this could be that good tandem that they need to help maybe even grow Troutman for the future and help you immediately in the short term with whoever the quarterback's going to be, Jameis or otherwise. Kyle Rudolph, free agent. I would love it if the Saints went out and signed a player like Kyle Rudolph, who's now available. Maybe you can sort of expunge some of the memories from the 2019 playoff exit if indeed he did end up in the black and gold. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.